Hello, everyone. I just wanted to comment briefly on the Mahabharata and what it means to me. Now, the Mahabharata is a Hindu spiritual text, and it dates back, according to some, all the way to thousands of years BC. I think it's around 3000 BC at least. I think it might be older. Most scholars date it to around 500 to 300 BC. There's a few reasons why I believe the Mahabharata is further back, but I'm not going to get into that in this video. What I wanted to talk about the Mahabharata is basically, what it means in English, the epic of humankind, mankind. That's what Mahabharata means, and it has the Gita in it. And the Gita, the Bhagavad Gita, is the Song of God. It's called the Hindu Bible, and it was dictated to Arjuna by Krishna before the battle broke out at Kurukshetra in the Mahabharata. It's explained. And what is interesting about the Mahabharata, what makes it such an effective epic poem, is that it not only happened in the literal world, not only happens to people, it not only happened to a place, to a time, it happens in all of us most moments. What does this mean? The Mahabharata has many levels of meaning. It means a certain set of lessons and quantities, literally, as the battle actually happening and these forces meeting each other, fighting, cousins fighting brothers, cousins fighting cousins, brothers fighting brothers, fathers fighting sons, and it's terrible literal battle. And over 1 million soldiers, at least 1 million soldiers, participated in it at Kurukshetra. And Kurukshetra means the land of Kuru. And there was almost an entire class of people destroyed, the warrior class, the Chakras. Almost their entire social order was destroyed in this battle, and Krishna kind of engineered it so that the warriors could no longer have control of people in India, would no longer have control over the social system. But it's also true, not just literally in that way, but ultimately, spiritually and metaphorically. And what I mean by that is that every soldier, in my opinion, this is a very I'm kind of going out on a limb here because I believe that every soldier in the Mahabharata war at Kurukshetra represents a certain part of a human being. Now, it's widely accepted, mostly accepted, that the different Pandavas, the different brothers, Arjuna, Yudhishthira, Nakula, Sadeva, and Bhima, it's of course mostly accepted that they existed, but they are also different chakras along our spine. They are different forces within ourself. But I believe more than that, every single person on the Mahabharata battlefield at Kurukshetra was a quantity within every single person. It represents a quantity within every single person. Everyone that is named, I believe, represents a quantity within every single person and how it interacts with other quantities. And if we understand this, we can learn how to win these battles in a virtuous way. We can learn how to conquer Duryodhana, and which represents material desire, the evil side. That the Duryodhana of the Kurus, Kauravas, went up against the Pandavas, which is the virtuous brothers, the virtuous sides of the spine too, if you will. And he and Bhishma, which is the ego, was on Duryodhana's side, was his teacher, was also the Pandava's teacher, but he was bound to Duryodhana, material desire. And so had to fight on that side until he was defeated by a very lucky instance, but also a very symbolic instance I haven't really understood yet. And Drona, I'm not sure what Drona represents, but he also was the teacher of the Pandavas and the Kurus, and he fought on the Kurus side. And there, and even warriors that were the heads of armies also represent something on the negative side, but I'm not really sure about all of them as far as what they actually represent in every single person. But Karna, he represents pride, and he fought on the side of material desire. Duryodhana, the side of the negative side of the spine, not the negative side, but the negative usage of the spine, the material desire way path, the left hand path, and it was found out at the end that Karna. Well, we kind of knew it all along because of the story, but the Pandava brothers, found out that Karna was actually their brother, and he was fighting them, and he only wanted to kill Arjuna, which he was a chakra of concentration, and he was actually a person as well, but he was a chakra of concentration, and pride wanted to kill concentration. And now these things are very, very unique, but also universal. They're very unique in how they interact within each person, but they're universal in the sense that they exist in each person. And Yudhishthira represents the top chakra, the point closest to God, and Saradeva represents wisdom, and Bhima represents the lowest chakra at the end of the tailbone, and he represents the foundation of religion. These stories in this huge epic poem are remarkable, and I just wanted to make a quick statement that they've really shaped who I am and how I understand myself and humanity in general. And I've learned more about myself through the Mahabharata than I have with any other story I've ever read. And the interesting thing is, a lot of people don't believe it actually happened. It only represents the spiritual understandings ingrained in every person, the spiritual reality in every person. But I believe it actually happened, and most people who read the whole Mahabharata or listen to it or take value in it believe it actually happened. And there's a lot of evidence for it actually have happened at Kurukshetra. There's a lot of details that's like, okay, we don't have any evidence of that. Flying chariots, we don't have any evidence of that. That could have been hyper technology provided by other races. But anyway, without getting to an extent that people believe I'm just insane, without going that far, I'll say that there's a lot of details that haven't been proven, but there's a lot of other details that make practical sense, and there's evidence for. And it's really shaped my life, the Mahabharata. It's shaped how I understand myself and the world, as I said. And I improve in my own internal battles by thinking on the interactions in the Mahabharata between the different persons that were chakras, between the different forces that were both good and evil in between, and sometimes the different negative and positive type beings were on the opposite side of what you would imagine them to be, and it really forms a basic idea of what a human being is in their spirit. And I would highly recommend reading the Mahabharata, looking it up, getting to know it, and look up the different translations. There's one by William Buck that's English translation, but it's not the best. Look up Jaya, and I have the book and the audiobook version. Jaya is the best retelling I've ever read or heard, and it's by Devnak Patnaik. Let me see if I have it over here. Well, I have the name of the author anyway over here. I don't know where the Jaya is right now, but this is the author of basically the translation and the putting together different stories from different areas around India and in India, and that's his name right there, Devdutt Patnaik. And this is another book, Myth Equals Mithya, but that's his name. And look up that translation, audiobook and book form, and you'll find a whole bunch of different calibers of realization. You'll find the literal, you'll find the metaphysical, and you'll find everything in between. At least that's what I found in his translation of the Mahabharata, or his version of it, adding all the different versions from different places. But please look it up. It'll make you better, and thank you very much for watching. If you want to comment, shoot me a comment, and hit that thumbs up down there. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you.